Hello guys, today I'm going to do this quick little video, or hopefully it might be quick, I'm not too sure, and it's basically a video on Doctor Who stories that I will always probably remember as my time as a fan, and why I remember them so much, and I think this is probably going to be like a little series in itself, and I'm really looking forward to doing this series more often. And the series is going to be called Doctor Who: A Look Back, and then the story which I'll be talking about in the video. So this isn't a review; it's more or less just what I remember most about the story and why I think it's great or why I think it's bad and things. And this story, which I'm going to start off with, is a story that's regarded as one of the best Doctor Who stories of all time, and it is, of course, Genesis of the Daleks, written by Terry Nation, sort of the creator of the Daleks, if you like. And what really makes the story really memorable for me is because it's the first classic story I ever watched, and it's the first classic DVD I ever bought. I got this about in 2006, which was a very long time ago. I think it was during the time it came out, because my friend got it at that time, and I wanted it after I seen a few clips of it. So I wanted to get it from then. From then I wanted to try and buy it, and eventually I did get it, and I was very pleased with it. And then I think that was the time when I got interested in the classic series, and then 2012 was sort of the proper time to get into the classic era for me, I think, because that's when I started really building my collection of DVDs. And I think the reason why this DVD sort of brings back memories is because of the special features on it, and this has some really good special features, and one of my favourites on here is Dalek Tapes, which looks at the history of Dalek stories and interviews with Nicholas Briggs and Philip Hinchcliffe and Dick Mills and loads of other people who've worked with the Daleks. And it's a really good special feature, and I highly recommend, if you haven't got this DVD, I think you should check it out. But I'm probably guessing a lot of people have this in their collections because it's one of the common ones that people have, and as it's one of the most iconic stories of the classic era. And I think this probably has the best Davros. I've forgotten his name. So if you could please comment down his name, I would be very grateful, because I've forgotten it. Or is it? Actually, I think he's called David Wisher, or David Wicker. I think it's something Wisher or Wicker. I don't know, but I think he's probably the best Davros, because after David Wisher, or whatever his name is, we then moved on to David Goodison, who I think is probably the worst Davros. No offence, he's not really one of my favourites, and I think he's quite underrated as Davros. And then of course we moved on to Terry Malloy, who worked on Davros in Resurrection, Revelation and Remembrance. He did all those stories, and to be honest, I think the Davros you see on the front cover here is probably the best Davros we're ever going to get. I mean, the one in Journey's End was great, and Stolen Earth, I think that was the guy who played him was a great Davros. Probably better, well, definitely better than David Gerson, and probably better than Terry Malloy. And this story is great because it's the genesis of a classic, and that's one of the names of the special features on this set. Really, really good. There was a time when I misplaced one of the discs. I can't remember which disc it was. It might have been disc 2. No, I think it was disc 1. And I was desperately trying to find it, and I eventually did find it, but I can't remember where I had put it. It might have been in a DVD player or something, but I was so pleased to have found it again because I was really worried that it would be scratched or that it might have marks on it, but thankfully it was in still the same condition, so I decided never to put a classic DVD or just any DVD out of its box. But I've got a few like DVD boxes without their discs in, but none are Doctor Who discs, so that's good. But yeah, the Daleks are brilliant in it, really menacing, and of course it's their first sort of their birth, if you like. I know the Daleks was the first story to feature these pepper pot monsters, but actually I think this is their this is where we learn that there was a creator, a mad creator, who gave birth to these evil beings and eventually became the Doctor's worst enemy. And I love the settings, the set designs of this story. It's brilliant. The locations, I think it was set in some sort of quarry where they filmed the very first scenes of the story, where the Doctor meets the Time Lord and he gives him the ring to help him get back to the TARDIS or whatever it was. That's one of the first things I remember about it, because I think episode 1 is probably my favourite. I think it's my favourite episode, and it does sort of drag in the middle of it. But yeah, this is a story that I would recommend to everyone. And sorry, I've been sounding a bit, dull. It's just I'm quite tired at the moment, but I just thought because I haven't done a video in quite some time, I thought it would be best if I do this one. And it's the only video I had in mind, though I was going to do a Big Finish review, but I thought I want to do something slightly different, as I've already done a couple of those previously. So yeah, I think that's really all I have to say on my Doctor Who Look Back series, and this is episode 1, and this is looking at Genesis of the Daleks. So I hope you enjoyed it. I think my next one might be, I haven't quite decided yet. It might be Doctor Who the movie, or it might be something else. So thank you for watching my video. Tell me what you thought of my idea for a series, and yeah, I think this is going to bring something new to my channel, as well as the scene recreations and things, which I'm still working on. I've still got to get the figure set, but that's going to take some time, as I'm currently buying something else, but that will be a surprise in a future video, once I've got all the money for it. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time for the next episode of Doctor Who A Look Back.